Hello my friends, how are y'all? So today's a new day, like every day, it's a new evening actually, and it's Friday evening. So what you're gonna do now as well, because I already cleaned our rabbit's loft without you guys. I'm really sorry for that, but we have another thing to do today, which I'll do with you guys. Feed Spot, and he is actually, guys, he's actually here. You guys can see him, and he will just start squeaking. Look. Yeah, he's a good man. Yeah, and you guys can just see our rabbit's hutch, which is properly and easily all done and cleaned out. Yeah, and they look amazing. So guys, we have our rabbits, and here we've got our pigeons, and these two guys have come down, guys. Yeah, they're finally down. They're finally down, and they look amazing, guys. And they look amazing. This girl or guy really looks amazing, guys. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. They have strong feet, the bone of their feet is like thick, and it's good. They're going to be strong pigeons like their dad. Yeah. So now we're just going to feed Spot, who is just waiting from some time. And yeah, so we have to just put some food, here. We need to put some food, and they already have some water. Yeah, they've got the water. We just have to put some food, which I've got here. So gonna do is just do this. Oh. I just have to do this, guys. Look, it's really easy work, lightweight. Oh well, the guy was pretty quick. Yeah. So yeah, I hope they just become like the dad, and we just hope, yeah. So just going to put the cup there and close our pigeons because they're done, and we need to feed our squeaker today. All right, so all done, pigeons are done, and our squeaker. Yeah, babe. Yeah. So this guy, really good. So what I'm going to do is show you guys that if he follows me or not. So just going to put him. Okay, go down. Yeah. He follows me, guys. So yeah. So this guy really follows me, and it feels good, to have a pigeon that follows me again after some while. So now what we're gonna do is just feed him. I have to open that curtain for some light. There we go, we've got some more light, and it's going to stay here now. So you guys can see me easy, yeah. So just going to put my camera here so that you guys can see me, like this, just like this. And now I'm just going to sit on this break and start feeding our little guy. Yeah. Yeah, he just got on the plant. Oh. No. Oh. They're in their teenage age, and so they cause a bit of problem, Yeah. So I need to have a hand on him like this all the time. I have his seeds here now. Yeah, he's a bit irritated by me holding him up like this, Yeah. No, he's not. Okay. Yeah. No, he doesn't actually care, Yeah, he actually does. So I'm just going to feed him all the way so that you guys can watch, and it's not going to be fast or like, speed up thing. So I'm just going to feed him slowly today. And then we'll be also looking at our little squeakers, at our eggs, if any of the eggs hatched or not, yeah. So some seeds while hand feeding the pigeon fall down, but I actually don't care about it because I have other pigeons that I release and they actually eat them. So they just pick up every seed that they find, and so there's not a big deal if any of the seeds fall down. I usually also feed him a small rock, like really small, for his digestive system, because sometimes the pigeon's digestive system blocks, and so they need to eat some rocks to keep it working, yeah. So I just feed him one little bit, really tiny rock, really tiny stone rock, whatever we call it, for his stomach to not be stopped, because with Gray the stomach stopped a lot of time, and he kept the food in his pouch like for 1 or 2 days. And yeah, so this guy has a bit of food already. Huh? Yeah. It's always like Gray. I am just mouth feeding him. I just put his mouth in my one just to make him feel that I'm feeding him, so that it builds more trust. I'm not like feeding him something I don't have any water in my mouth, I just put it in my mouth, his face, his beak actually. So yeah, I just try to raise him up for good posture, sometimes like I just continue to do like this thing, like this, for like good posture, like this, for his tail to stay up, like this, because then it's good, you guys can see the quality of the tail. And the quality of the tail is when all the tail is between the width of only one feather, and you guys can see his is between one feather. So good quality of tail, it's a good quality pigeon, and he's a purebred long race one, yeah, traveler pigeon, long race traveler pigeon, purebred. So just gonna feed him some seeds, let him take them in, because I'm not just going to feed him a lot of seeds, in a while. Yeah, Spot. Yeah. Oh, yeah, buddy, yeah. I just keep whistling also, as I told you guys, for him to know that when I feed him, when it's a whistle, it's feeding time. And just put that hand because he was thinking about jumping on the pot again. And guys, just to make sure that when you feed your pigeon, don't hurt him and whistle. When you hurt him and whistle, he will know that when you whistle and he comes near you, you're going to hurt him. That's a really serious thing, and one of the most important to not do when hand training a pigeon. Yeah. So because if you hold the pigeon, you take him, you put too much seeds, you press them in with your finger and hurt that guy, and you continue to whistle, first that he's not going to come near you. And if he comes near you and you whistle, he's surely not going to come near you, because he will know that when you whistle and he comes near you, you hurt him, Yeah. And he just did like Gray, like the Spider-Man thing, Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. And guys, this is the age of the pigeon when you should just start to do that thing with the hands, you know, like this, from one hand to the other, that I also showed you guys with Gray, because it's really important for him to know that landing on your hand is a safe place, because pigeons never land on stuff that they don't know if it's safe or not. They land on the wild ones, usually go around on the building because they know that it's sure and secure. But you know, the hand-tamed one, they're like not really sure if to go in one place or not. So you should adapt them and make them stay on your hand for a lot of time, you know, like this, on your shoulder. And so like my pigeon is used to stay on my knees when I'm seated, on my arm, on my hand, on my shoulder, on my head, because he's used to, you know, because I keep him like this. Every day I keep him on my head. Sometimes I spend a lot of time with him, you know, and he sees only me, you know, he sees only me, not any other animals, not even a rat or a mosquito he sees, only me, every time. And every time that he sees me, I just feed him, you know, and then I spend a bit of time, some time with him, and then I just close him, you know, and then the next time he sees me, we spend some time, and then I close him. I open him only when I have to feed him, not when I want to play or something, you know, because he needs to know that when he's with you, he gets fed, he's in good hands, it is something profitable for him, he will feel good, he will get fed, give water, you know, and get loved, you know. Yeah, and that's the most important thing when they're like squeakers to do, you know. And when they're big, you can just take them, you know, like now. When he was squeaker, I usually did it, but now as he started to fly a lot, he's kind of becoming an adult, you know. Yeah, so we can just chill out with him, you know. And yeah, when his stomach full, he just goes wherever he wants, but he of course is not scared of coming near me. But you know, if I call him, he surely waggles his wings like this and comes near me, you know. Yeah. And training a pigeon is a lot of responsibility, because when feeding them, it can be like really boring. It has happened to me like from the last summer I'm doing this, you know, from the last June, because when I got Ram and Dash, I'm doing it from then, and then for 1 month I stopped because they got big, and then I got Gray, and you know, it just continuously going on and on. And then we also got King, who I also hand fed, you know. So yeah, you need to be patient when hand feeding them, not feed them a lot of seeds and just let them relax, you know, because if I feed too much seeds and push them, he'll get hurt, as I told you guys before. And of course his little dent is getting sorted out. You guys can see that little dent on his head, because when he was small I wetted my hands went wet, and when I touch the pigeon's head, the squeakers, also that's an important thing, until a squeaker's full body or only his armpits are not remained without feathers, you should not touch their body with wet hands, because their feathers are still making their roots through their skin, you know, they're still getting thicker, and their roots are still finding the way and grabbing the skin, you know, the roots of the hairs are still forming. So when you put your wet hand and touch their feathers, new feathers, they just break, you know. Yeah. And now you guys can see, as always, teenager pigeons are not really intelligent because they're like kids, and he's just full now and he just does whatever he wants to, so I just have to grab him and make him come here. So yeah, So guys, remember also this, that if your pigeons is not listening to you, don't give up. Don't think that he won't be hand trained, because now he didn't listen to me. But if I think just, oh my god, he's not listening to me, he won't be hand trained. Of course he will be hand trained if you're doing this right stuff that I tell you to. But sometimes it's not that when our moms call us, we just stay there like shouting like, yes mom, but we don't go down. That's the same stuff with them. Sometimes it happens, but most of the time we do go, and the same thing with them. We call them, we whistle. You hear? You see, he recalls, yes, what's happening, yeah, Aryan, yeah, but he's not coming. That's the same stuff. Sometimes we go, sometimes we don't. But if you get in good hands, he gets trained, he will continue his training, he will always come, he's still a kid, of course, yeah. Look, he's good, look. You see, now he came, but before he didn't. But I cannot say that he won't be hand trained. Of course he will, because I did that, it's my third time that I'm doing it, yeah. So yeah, good job. So I think he's fed, so I will just feed him tomorrow. No, I will just full feed him now. I will of course feed him also tomorrow, but just full feeding him for the 8 hours of sleep that he'll get, or more than 8 hours, I think that's enough for today. I don't want to fill his stomach too much. I want to feed him also water. And guys, remember, don't feed water to pigeons only when you go feed them, like 2 times a day. Don't go give them water only those 2 times, because when you feed them and when you full feed them with seeds, they won't drink a lot of water because they don't have enough space for water, and they will drink only a sip of water because they don't have enough space in their pouch to drink water, yeah. And so after 2-3 hours, just go watch, because if your pigeon is not drinking much water when you feed him, later on he won't digest the seeds and his pouch will become really hard, it will become really hard. Like now this one isn't, you see. Yeah, it goes back in its shape, it's like this, and it goes back in its shape, normal shape. But if a pigeon is dehydrated, look, I do like this and the pouch stays like this, okay? So I think now he's dehydrated because I didn't feed him water, and you guys can see the shape of the pouch remains like this, yeah. So that is the thing that you must watch after you feed them, Their pouch should always stay hydrated and chunky, how we say, and yeah. So keep an eye on the water, because their food won't be digested without water, Oops. You good? Yeah. It just went in the bar. So guys, let's just feed him some water now. So here's our guy, and I actually feed him water just by taking a bowl, filling it up with water and just putting it in front of him. And he already knows, he recognized the bowl, and yeah. So he's not much used to drink after. Yeah, he knows that I'm telling him to drink water, but he just shakes his body, you know. So he doesn't want to drink much water. He just drank a sip, you know. So I'll just come after 2 hours to see if he does drink any water or not, you know. Yeah, that's my bag. So yeah. Yeah. Good job. So there we go, guys, this is all for today. If you like the video, please like, comment and share, and tell me if you got like useful tips or not for raising a hand-trained pigeon, guys. So this was our video. This was all for today. It's Aryan's Pet House. If you like the video, please like, comment and share. Over and out.